Hi, I'm Willy Chavarria, and I am here with Edvin Thompson of Theophilio, and we are here to discuss fashion with one another here at the CFDA headquarters in New York City.
Yes, CFDA headquarters, New York City. How did we meet Willy?
I believe it was on a Zoom call. Was it not?
It was officially on a Zoom call. It was.
It was an official Zoom call
Yes.
with the CFDA.
Yeah,
It was
yeah.
after we both were selected as finalists.
And I
Top
even
10.
right, and even when I did see the whole social media rollout, I was like, who's that guy next to me? Awesome. And then I kind of got a bit of preview of your clothing and like your story, and I'm like, oh, we share similar ideals. So that was very inspiring also to just be a part of like a group of folks such as yourself.
Yeah, I agree. I thought that was one of the coolest things about this CFDA Awards was that everyone involved had something special to offer. And it was really, of course, the obvious cool to see all these people of color involved.
Yes.
Because it's kind of like, now it's really more like we are part of the game. It's more reciprocal. I was thinking that this morning when we were having breakfast, like instead of just like having some of our identities taken from us and put into fashion and sold, now we are actually a part of it.
Absolutely.
So I think it's changing the game.
Absolutely. I think now it feels more of a camaraderie in fashion.
Yeah, I agree. It's getting there. It's getting there, right?
It's definitely getting there, and it's I think it's a privilege to kind of lead that conversation also. Definitely.
Yeah, I agree. If you were gonna wear one look from my collection, what would it be? And then I'll tell you which look I would put you in.
Can it be two looks?
Yeah.
Okay, look.
Day look and night look.
Day look and night look. Perfect. So look number 28. It was I think it was like a fleece jacket. It was tucked in with I think these same pants that you're wearing, but they were like
Oh yeah.
kind of like silk with a hat. I was like,
Yes.
that's very New York now, actually.
Yeah, I love that
This
look.
gloomy weather and we're approaching fall. That was perfect. And I also loved 25. It was like the baby blue and the pronounced lapels.
Oh yeah.
That was.
Oh my God, I love that look
magnificent.
too. You rehearsed that. There's no way you would know those.
No, because
look
I'm like,
numbers.
that's what I want. That's what the looks I see myself in, and I'm actually gonna find a way to get them.
Okay, well, I would put you in one of the ballroom chinos that opens the show, for sure.
That's a privilege.
yeah.
I love that.
You would definitely be in that. And you'd have your own color probably.
Oh my God.
But if I was going to wear one of your looks, it would definitely be, I don't know the look number, but it's that amazing like turquoise short sleeve shirt with the wide leg pant and the yellow gloves and the red background. That was, if I could squeeze my fat ass into that.
Oh, we can make that work. And those are one seam trousers, so the seam is just in the crotch, and then we have pin tuck shirt. I call that shirt
Yeah.
okay.
Do you consider all your clothing unisex or gender fluid or whatever
Gender
the
fluid.
word is? Yeah.
I think we all wear clothing to extend the best versions of ourselves, and that version may not be a woman or a man. It just our character, basically our personality is not. Personalities shouldn't be like classified as like genders, and I think fashion is that, and I think in this day and age, a lot of folks really forget what fashion, why we wear clothes in general, like why we have personal styles, honestly.
Yeah, completely. No, I feel the same because I feel like gender, like thinking future, gender is like out the door.
Yeah,
You know?
definitely.
It's just clothes. It's just ultimately
It's ultimately clothes. It's just clothes.
Yeah.
And it's just so. I think we oftentimes like lose important conversation and just like, okay, who is this person? Who's this clothing for? It's such a loaded question also. Like when say you're partnering with a corporation per se, and they're like, okay, who's your customer? And I'm like, that sounds like a loaded question.
Yeah.
And it's elitist. You know what I'm saying? Like even for kids like us, like where we come from, I think we grew up thinking, okay, I'm gonna work at McDonald's and save up 3 paychecks. to afford these Jordan sneakers. You know what I'm saying? The same now, like, okay, I'm going to save up, again, my McDonald's paycheck to buy this Telfar bag. Even in that sense, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To just be a part of, not just be a part of this conversation, but to kind of like identify and seeing yourself in a space that's not really been, you know, amplifying us or even allowed us to thrive in.
Yeah, it's amazing. It really is amazing.
Definitely. Yeah.
That's why, I mean, I really do keep looking back at this, like the winners of this CFDA. And, you know, at first it was kind of like, wow, that's obvious. Because there was so much
Absolutely.
happening at
Yeah,
the time.
yeah, definitely.
But then, you know, I was like, it's whether it's obvious or not, it is the right thing to happen and it's the best thing to happen.
Definitely. That's absolutely a testament. And I think what's so much more beautiful and, you know, so much more beautiful and inspiring to come out of that is like how we all kind of speak to that. How we all champion ourselves, you know what I'm saying? How we all champion each other. And even when we, you know, get into these spaces, we show up, we're like, hey, it's so nice to see you. It's genuine love, you know what I'm saying? So, and I think that's so different. It's not just like our faces just plastered, but we can actually speak to this, about this experience.
That is true. That is true.
So Willy, how has the CFDA fund helped you?
Oh my God. Wait, you have to ask me again. Just ask me again.
Okay. So Willy, how has the CFDA fund helped you?
Oh my God. It's been... Wait, just one more time. Let me ask you.
Okay.
Edvin, how has the CFDA fund helped you?
The CFDA fund, for one, financially, of course.
Yeah.
That was a big support, a major support. And I think there needs to be like a bigger conversation around like financial support and just like supporting creatives, especially in New York, especially, you know, creatives designers that produce domestically in New York. But I think it really has leveraged a lot of conversations that I've been wanting to have with like a lot of industry folks per se. Mm-hmm. But it has definitely created a stepping stone for that, kind of being a brighter light in the room per se, and being, you know, what I preach and what I talk about, my ideals, and like my story has been, you know, it's been accredited versus before it may seem like I'm
just talking somewhere.
Right. You know, like it's been very impactful, to say the least.
Yeah.
Beyond the finance, but I think that's a pivotal part of supporting any emerging brand, any young emerging creative, is financial support. And I think like for me, like I create all my clothing here in New York, and that's extremely expensive.
Oh yeah.
And it's even then, it's just like, you know, making a pair of pants, it's not, one time sampling and it's done. I think you need to like, it's a process. It's like 3 to 5 times making sure it's a perfect fit. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And that's costly. And I think, you know, the pandemic hasn't really inspired me to like support my local businesses because I've always been doing that. Mm-hmm. And I think it has really, you know, being part of the CFDA fund, it has really kind of, put a match underneath that message to just like, it's really like, it's definitely be a priority to really support our local businesses, and especially the garment district. Like New York being the center of fashion, especially in North America, I think like we have a community in place to really amplify the textile and fabric industry for the better. You know, I think even talking about like global warming and things like that, and we're the ones that are causing, you know.
Yeah, it's much more sustainable to manufacture small locally and then sell locally.
Absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah, and I think even if we don't have those innovative solutions overseas, we have the bandwidth here to create it, not just in New York, but also Detroit, Atlanta, LA for one. You know what I'm saying? I think we can definitely access and create those solutions. I think it would be amazing for the economy as well.
Yeah, yeah. I know there are factories all over. Like, I know there's some in Chicago that manufacture like workwear that were doing uniforms for the post office.
Wow.
And I mean, those places are set up to do production at like a lower scale rate than, you know, like maybe Midtown Manhattan.
Yeah.
You know, so it is out there. Yeah, I agree with you. I think that the financial part of it is huge, of course. And then just being a part of the CFDA system, because I feel like the CFDA kind of tailors how they work with each individual designer specific to the designer.
Absolutely.
Because I personally am not somebody that like goes out to parties a lot or, you know, interfaces a lot with like the traditional fashion community. It's just hasn't been my game like ever. So I think that it really does offer me a platform to be like have more communication with people at like higher levels in professional settings that I wouldn't really have otherwise. Like even if it's, you know, some of the mentorship for sure, and then some of the, you know, like some of those Zoom meetings we have with like people from Instagram or, you know, some of those people, it's like, it's, you know, it's all very educational.
Did you have any fun moments?
I had a fun moment. It was the funnest moment of all. It was the moment that we present it was the moment we present to Anna Wintour. And I was having, speaking of Zoom, I was having major Zoom issues. And I had like 2 iPads and 2 computers and like trying to figure stuff out, trying to connect to the internet. Completely late. I was like 8 minutes late to that meeting with Anna Wintour. Okay, it gets worse. So I got on, there's Anna. You know, I charmed my way around the fact that I was late and, you know, got through that, created some laughter in the room. Then I was going, and Anna or Allie was like, okay, great, let's just see the presentation, Willy. Because, you know, I was kind of late.
Right.
And I couldn't share my screen.
Wow.
I could not share my screen. So I basically just talked through the collection.
Yeah, I didn't share my screen wasn't working either.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it wasn't working as well. And I was just like, oh, because I'm like,
wait, you were unable to share your screen?
I was unable to share my screen. Yeah.
So I wasn't the only one.
Yeah, because I literally was like in my studio.
Okay.
I think I remember it being like a Thursday. At least she laughed. I remember her laughing, and I was just like, oh.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
I was like, I made Anna laugh.
Yeah, I said the same thing after. Maybe she does that for everybody.
I was like, maybe she liked my bag. You know, that's what I was just like, okay, I guess I'll talk about the bags.
Let me ask you something.
Right.
What was the first like merchandise that you ever splurged on?
Oh my God, I thought you would never ask me this. Well, the first item I splurged on was when I went to LA. When did I go to LA? I think it was a few months ago. It was earlier this year.
So
actually.
it was recent splurge. Okay.
It was a recent splurge. We went to Heavens by Marc Jacobs, the cute little capsule collection he released. And I saw the Margaret platform boots from his spring 2017 collection. And
they were reissue?
I'm not sure. I think they were like, you know how they make like 5 pairs and it's like scattered all over the globe. I think 1 pair was just like in LA.
The first thing I ever splurged on, I was just remembering this while you were talking. This is crazy. It was, I mean, I was young. I was like 14 maybe.
Oh, you was already splurging?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And I saved up all my money and I got a pair of Calvin Klein jeans. And I'm a lot older than you. So when those came out, they were like, oh my God, they were $50.
And you see what I'm talking about, like how you include yourself in that conversation in Calvin Klein's story because you wanted to be in these pants. In like even like what I was saying earlier, like when we get asked those questions, like who do you design for? Yeah, the kid that's gonna save up all his paycheck to buy these pants.
Oh yeah, completely.
And how inspiring that is. Where you kind of just like see that in a way, like, hey, I see myself there and beyond in a way, you know?
Yeah, that's what I think. That's exactly why I think it's so important to design and have more, as you do, more behind the brand than just selling clothes. You know, you've got a very strong message, and what you do is very real. And I feel the same about like everyone else
Absolutely.
that has been a part of this.
And I can say,
thing.
yeah, definitely.
And I mean, definitely me too. It's like
So meaningful.
The clothes are like they help deliver this message.
Exactly.
Of, you know, kindness and love and equality. So, so yeah, I think it's very important. It's almost like a responsibility we have.
It is. It's definitely a responsibility. And I think even this year, I realized that the affiliate is way bigger than myself. You know, like it's just like, you know, it's a real community behind it, and like getting all these like messages of these like young kids are just like, thank you for creating a space where I can see myself, where I can I think that's like so powerful.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. I agree.
So powerful. I'm happy to be chosen, to be honest.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it's amazing.